Mercedes, and yes, you are manifesting with Mercedes. So I get asked all the time about people feeling stuck, and I'm specifically relating to money. Specifically about manifesting with money, people say, I'm doing the work, but I'm not getting any results. You told me to write this 100 times, that's what I'm doing. You told me to do gratitude lists, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing everything you said do, everything other people who teach about manifesting, law of attraction, the secret, whatsoever. But I feel stuck. You see it happening for everybody else, but it's not quite working out for you. Now, some of you feel stuck because you're manifesting, but you're manifesting just enough. So I needed $1,500 to get this house payment caught up. Boom, I manifested it. Now I'm right back in the same situation. Yes, I needed to manifest money for a down payment. I did that, manifested just enough. Now I'm still paycheck to paycheck trying to make these car payments. Well, I want you all to know and understand completely is that your positioning as it relates to money is specifically impacting why you feel stuck. It's specifically impacting your ability to manifest. How you feel, how you view money, how you speak about where you are, it's extremely important. So manifesting this money so I won't get evicted versus manifesting this money so I have somewhere to live, those are two different positions. When you're calling forth money because you don't want you or somebody in your family to get put out on the street, that's a whole different energy, you all. That's a whole different vibration versus I'm manifesting this money so we have a safe home that's full of peace and love and joy. Your positioning is everything. If you're manifesting this money so you have food versus manifesting this money so we won't be hungry. Calling forth, creating your basic needs, whatever position you find yourself in, it's different. How you look at money, the energy that you put to it and bring from it is extremely important. Many of you are working so you won't be broke. Y'all, it's a difference in working so you won't be broke versus working so you have financial stability. It's a difference in working so you won't be broke versus working so that you can walk the pathway to wealth. Positioning is important also with sales, also with raising money. Some of you have difficulty asking for money. So then you have difficulty asking for the sale. Some of you have difficulty with asking for money. So then when it's time to lift the offering, as the old folks used to say, lifting the offering in church, raising the offering in church, raising money for a nonprofit organization. Look, you don't even want your kids to bring no Girl Scout cookie forms or no Boy Scout popcorn forms home. Why? Because you don't like to ask anybody for anything. Here's what: your positioning, your energy as it relates to sales and as it relates to money. This is why oftentimes you feel stuck. And when you're selling or when you're raising money, you have to ask yourself, do I feel desperation or do I feel excitement? And if you're feeling desperation, that's the exact thing that you're passing to the person who you're supposed to be making a sale with. Don't nobody want to buy nothing from nobody who feels desperate. When you're raising money, if you feel desperate versus feeling excitement, people can feel that when you're raising money. And then whether it's conscious or whether it's subconscious, it starts raising red flags for them about whether or not this money is going to be used for what you say. Your positioning is extremely important. As it relates to money, do you feel hope or do you feel hopeless? Here's what: in churches all over this country are trying to figure out why people are fleeing the church house, why people are looking at church more online than they are actually filling the seats. And the question I often ask to pastors when I work with groups of pastors is, are you making people at the church feel hope, or do they feel hopeless? Listen, do y'all remember when the lottery in the United States of America got to its largest? It was nearly $1 billion. And there were literally people wrapped around buildings, down the street and around the corner, standing in line to buy a lottery ticket. And preachers and pastors use that all over this country, saying, oh, you're standing in line for the lottery, but you won't stand in line to come to church. Let me tell you why. Because they go where they feel hope. The lottery gives them hope of how they can help their mama. The lottery gives them hope of how they can help their sisters, their brothers, their community. If they're coming to your church and they don't feel hope, then we need to consider what is the positioning in the church house or any house as relates to giving money and as it relates to raising money. Do you feel hope or hopeless? Do the people you serve feel hope, or do they feel hopeless? People on the other end of your ask feel all of that. So we have to gauge where we are as it relates to money. And we've got to be honest about it. How do you feel about people asking for money? Whether it's you or whether it's somebody else. If you're uncomfortable when the preacher gets up to the podium and says, now it's time to lift an offering, you got a problem. Here's what. It should make you no difference one way or the other, whether they call for the $10 line, the $100 line, or the $1,000 line. You either gonna give some money or you not. But one of the reasons you have a problem with people asking is because you have an issue with money. Some of you have a problem with people selling something. Listen, one of my best girlfriends is a Mary Kay lady. She can ask me as many times as she want to buy some lipstick. I'm either going to say yes, or I'm going to say I don't need no lipstick right now. Y'all have absolutely no issue with every single time you drive up to the drive-thru at your favorite fast food restaurant, they ask you, do you want to have an apple pie? Do you want to add an apple pie? Would you like to supersize it? You don't have any problem with them selling you something, but regular everyday people, you have an issue with it. It's because you're positioning on money. You shouldn't be irritated if somebody asks you to buy something, if somebody's raising some money. You have to gauge, where are your feelings? Why do you feel uncomfortable with people asking for money? Why do you feel uncomfortable with people raising money, with people lifting an offering, with people selling? Many times you feel stuck because of your discomfort with money. And so now in every situation that you're in, whether you're giving or receiving, whether you're selling or whether you're buying, these feelings of uneasiness pop up. And part of the reason you feel stuck is because of the energy that you put towards money. Those feelings and that energy transfers you all. That same uneasiness carries with you, whether it is in the earth realm or whether it is in the spirit realm. And here's what you need to know. If you have a problem asking, it is also part of the reason when you pray, you don't ask God for money. Too many of us have been taught we're not supposed to ask for money. We're not supposed to pray for money. And we're certainly not supposed to ask and pray for money for ourselves. Well, guess what? When you finally get to the point where you are at your dire straits, you're at your wits' ends, and then you do get down on your knees, bow your head, and you pray for money to God, then guess what? Remember that script that says when you ask what? You ask amiss. That means your energy is off. That means your vibration is off. That means your positioning concerning money is off. And so what you have to do is realize that money is a good thing. I know they told you Money is the root of all evil. But you all, that is all out of context. Did they tell you the scripture that says money answereth all things? What I want you to do is know without question, if you're feeling stuck, you have to consider, what are your thoughts towards money? What are you thinking about it? What is the energy that you are putting out into the universe, or either transferring from person to person as it relates to money? Part of your stuckness, you all, is that you are uncomfortable around the thoughts and the notions and the concepts and the actions concerning money. And if you are uncomfortable, and it can play out in many different ways. It can play out in your emotions. You need to make a conscious decision to improve your thoughts about and energy around money and your vibration concerning money. So when you're feeling stuck, when you're in the place where you're saying, I'm doing all I can do and nothing is being made manifest, I'm not bringing in more money, I'm not getting a raise, I'm not selling more goods and services, I'm not able to raise money, men are not giving unto my bosom. Many times, you all, it has absolutely nothing to do with everybody else, and it has everything to do with you. What is your positioning concerning money? Search the corridors of your mind. Search the chambers of your heart such that you can reposition yourselves. He gives us the power to obtain wealth, but you're unable to tap into that power if you're positioning towards money, if your thoughts about money, and if the energy you expend to money, if it's off base. So reposition, flip the switch, tap into your power such that you can get unstuck and get the flow going to you easily and effortlessly. I'm Mercedes, and yes, you're manifesting with Mercedes.